All right, I think we are live. Okay, don't know who's in here. And I guess we'll wait for people to come in. This is our very first live stream for this channel at my so-called midlife crisis. Just in case you are coming in and watching this after the live stream, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. And as you come in, please say hi. This is my very first live stream on YouTube. So let's see how this goes. Oh, and by the way, I know everyone by their usernames or their channel names on YouTube. Let me know what your real name is or a name that you'd like me to refer you as. Bobby and Lena, hello, what's up, what's up? So yeah, I know people through your usernames or your channel names. If you can just let me know what your actual names are. Angelina, awesome, we have a same name. I love it. Okay, so yes, I had our first meetup today. 3 months ago, I never would have even imagined doing any of this, talking about Guanajuato, let alone having a meetup with subscribers here in Guanajuato. And that was such a surreal experience. This whole experience already is surreal, and I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out. You know, I'm trying to figure out how to move forward with this, what kind of topics you guys want to talk about, what else you'd like to see, you know, here in Guanajuato. If there's something that I haven't covered, I just let me know, and I'll do my best to film those videos. But so far, I'm just having fun. I'm waiting for the house to sell. We got our passports. We can't wait to get. Oh yeah, you know what else too? That's not even the best winery. We only went to that winery the other day because we were craving this dish that we had last year when Nestor took me to that winery for my birthday, and we ordered this filet mignon, and it's like with fries which were perfectly cooked, and it was this perfect piece of meat, and it was seasoned so well, and it just fell apart in your mouth. And of course, I've been dreaming about it ever since. So we finally went the other day, and can you believe that they stopped serving that dish and they didn't have any like hot meals, and all they had by the time we got there were appetizers and salads. And I mean, I love all that stuff. We enjoyed what we had, but I really wanted that meat dish. But my point is, that's not the best winery. Hello, Estado de la Conciencia. Estado de la Conciencia. Did I say that right? Please let me know. I'm practicing my Spanish. So yeah, there are other wineries. There's this other winery, I think it's called Los Arcángeles, the Archangels winery, and they have this pizza there that is made with the Merlot wine in the dough, as well as these fried grape leaves, the leaves from the grapes. Insane. So when you get here, just know that there are quite a few wineries that you can tour. That's not even where we went was just something that, you know, because we wanted to eat there. But whew, the pizza was amazeballs. Yeah, so I went with Nat and Jody over here at Nat and Jody's Next Adventure. I went with them the last time to the Los Arcángeles winery. So good. But can you believe that? I mean, there's so much other things to do in Guanajuato. Between Guanajuato and San Miguel de Allende and Dolores Hidalgo, there's a lot of other things to do. I don't know if you've ever heard of the ice cream in Dolores Hidalgo, and I hope to do a video there soon. But they have the funkiest flavored ice cream. They're known for their ice cream and these like strange funky flavors. They have ice cream that is flavored ceviche, enchilada flavored ice cream. What else? There's some weird ones. Beer, cerveza flavored ice cream, Bloody Mary, I think flavored ice cream. The weirdest flavored ice creams that you would never ever think to be ice cream. They have that in Dolores Hidalgo. One of my favorite flavors though that they have is this lavender ice cream that, I mean, you can smell it as you like eat it and taste it. It tastes like lavender, it smells like lavender. Jody says, was about to say the day trip to a winery should include the crazy Dolores Hidalgo ice creams, even mole, or, oh yeah. They even have mole flavored ice cream and camarón. Yeah, shrimp. Nuts. But, so we had our first meetup earlier. Jody was there. First of all, I invited Jody and of course Nesto to join me just in case, because I've never done this before and I didn't know if anyone was going to show up. So I was like, you guys just come with me just in case no one shows up, and I'm going to film it anyway, whether or not people show up. I'm already grateful for everything that's happened so far anyway. It would just be icing on the cake if people actually did show up. And lo and behold, 3 people showed up. How amazing is that? That here we are, I'm here in Guanajuato, and 3 people showed up to meet up with me because of this YouTube channel, because of the content. And I can't even, that just blows my mind that there are people willing to take the time out of their day to come meet me at a restaurant and have some food and share some stories. I mean, would you not be grateful? Would you not be like in full gratitude? Bobby and Lena says, oh yes, we're about to explore all those hills that you're walking. There's a lot. You won't run out. We want to be in the central area, but we're not seeing any rentals in Guanajuato. What? There's a lot of rentals here. I don't know where you're looking, but there's always rentals in Guanajuato. Depends on the budget too, you know, and what you're looking for, and exactly where in Centro that you're looking for. Yeah, we were there for almost 3 hours today, and that's why I'm having coffee right now, because I was just feeling so tired, knowing that I was going to do this live stream today, and we were having a meetup in person. Now we're having a meetup here online, and what a day! What a day! You know what? Actually, it's been what a past 3 months. So I also see that yesterday's video is getting some traction when it comes to like knowing Guanajuato's safety. I hope that as you watched yesterday's video that, again, it's just what I've heard, and people have backed up what I have said about the murders here. And, you know, with some of the comments, I really appreciate people telling me and giving perspective on, you know, comparing cities, even in the US. Nothing will ever, I mean, I'm more afraid to be in the US right now than I would ever be here in Mexico, and more specifically Guanajuato. Even though there is crime, it is a, you know, big enough city, and people are gonna do things. I still feel very, very safe here. What is Guanajuato City or Guanajuato State? That was Guanajuato City. Those statistics, the 25 murders since the month of October, are statistics specifically for Guanajuato City. And they're happening, again, not in central, not in the center zone. It's in the outskirts of Guanajuato City, and it's all between like feuding families and people settling scores, and it's personal stuff. That's what the talk of the town is. And someone actually mentioned too that it was irresponsible for me to share those stats that are unverified. But my question is, where would I verify it? Like, I've got locals telling me this, and it's not, locals who know each other. I'm talking to people who live in different corners of Guanajuato. And I also want to mention too that when you're in a place like Guanajuato and you live here and something happens, everyone knows. If there is, if someone gets robbed in town and it's reported, or there's a murder, for example, and it's horrible, but everyone knows. Everyone knows what happens, right? So sorry, I'm trying to read the comments as at the same time that I'm talking. Juan, a website to look for homes for sale? Yeah, you can look for homes for sale. They can also check Facebook Marketplace and Facebook groups for Guanajuato. That's a big tip. And they're not usually the ones in English. I'm part of quite a few Guanajuato groups. And the ones who always post rentals are the ones in Spanish. Bobby and Lena, I'm more afraid of being in the US. Yeah, exactly. We are, unfortunately, we are, we're refugees now. Saying that out loud is really, really nuts to me. Saying that out loud and saying a lot of the things that's going on in the US right now is nuts. Jody says you can also try Mercado Libre to look for homes. That's where they found their rental, is on Mercado Libre. Yes, they post homes there in Mercado Libre. For us, it's been Facebook Marketplace. The past 2 homes, including the one we're living in right now, that we found on Facebook Marketplace. There are realtors as well that you can work with. I work with a realtor whenever I show the homes that you see on my channel. Obviously, I need to work with a realtor because people are not just going to let me into their homes and tour their homes with a camera for no reason. So I've made some relationships with realtors here, and they let me in to the homes that they want to sell or rent. It's just that I've gotten kind of tired of house tours for a little bit. Hola! ¿Cómo estás? I've gotten kind of tired of doing home tours. Just for now, I'm taking a little tiny break. I will pick it up again. And I'm also thinking of finding rentals and homes for sale that are a little bit lower in the price range so that it's more accessible to a lot more people, and that it's I don't know. I'm trying to find resources of maybe even realtors with homes that are priced, that are not gringo priced. Do you know what I mean? I talk a lot about gringo pricing. I talk a lot about gentrification, but then here I am, like showing homes that are in like $300,000, $400,000 dollars, and they're great homes and they're worth that much. But I also now want to show homes that are more affordable for Mexicans. So a Mexican planning on moving to Mexico after 30 years in the US. Good for you. Come on down. Come on back. I hope, that you... Where in Mexico would you like to move to? The rental home that we're leaving mid-April will be going up for sale. Do you know how much it's going to be, Jody? So Jody and Nat's home is a little bit outside of the centro. In fact, it's about a 15-minute drive out of town in the suburbs, and it's a beautiful little suburb. They've got lots of greenery. So yeah, you're not there. It's a gated community. I think they have their own gym. They've got their own stores, and I think it's very affordable as well. Let's move back to Guanajuato. Oh, awesome! I hope she really likes it. You know, when I show Guanajuato, this is what it looks like in my videos right now. My videos are in real time. Someone also asked in the comments, I forgot who it was, but they were asking, because like a lot of my videos, there's usually no one else behind me. It just so happened, well, the thing is, like, no, in the alleyways, when you're going up, not a lot of people like to, I mean, it's not a crowded place where tons of people want to walk up alleys. A lot of people do drive, a lot of people take taxis. I like to walk up. So the places where I usually like to film, I like to film whenever there's not a lot of people. I'm also learning that, you know, the Mexican culture, they're not really into filming, like vlogging and people putting cameras in their faces. They're not like in the Philippines. In the Philippines, people love vlogs. People love cameras. They love talking about and being on camera. Here, people are a little bit more reserved. They're conservative. They don't want a camera in their face. So I do my best to avoid having people in my videos that possibly would not want to be filmed. DJ Muñeco is, I'm considering Aguascalientes. Oh, wow. Cool. Very cool. Querétaro. Nice. Nice. Chiapas. Very cool. Guanajuato does have one of the best communities. Thanks, Nesto. You're right. Yeah. Let's see. Where would we live? Where else would I live in Mexico if I wasn't living in Guanajuato? I really love Mexico City. I absolutely love Mexico City because it's so beautiful there, so much culture, so much art. It's gorgeous. There is a huge park there called Chapultepec Park that's 3 times larger, or 3 times the size of Central Park in New York. And it's just gorgeous, but there's a lot of people, lots of traffic. I had my worst allergy attack in Mexico City. It's also getting very pricey as well. Jody, you've sent a message to your landlord asking if she has an approximate selling price. That's awesome. I'd love to do a video when she decides to sell it. I'm sure one of the viewers here would love to have information on it. CDMX is very, very cool. I've never been to Cholula. I think that's about a 45-minute drive away outside of CDMX. I've never been there, but I love CDMX, and I would live there again, but I wouldn't sign a lease. I'd probably just do month to month because I don't know about my my allergies if I'm gonna have another attack, because I could not get rid of my allergies when I was there. The houses in what area? In Cholula, worth more or less 3 million. Oh, not bad. That's not so bad, right? That's about $150,000, maybe $200,000 for 3 million pesos. So doing lives isn't that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot more pressure to do lives. A 3-bedroom, 3.5 bedroom, 2-story condo will be negotiable, approximately 2.3 million pesos. That's 100. So a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, 2-story condo it's for $113,000. And I'm telling you, I've been to their house many times. It's in a compound, and so a lot of the homes look alike, but their house is a corner lot. And it's detached, so there's no shared walls with another property. And it's gorgeous. It's across the street from like this park. There's not tennis courts, soccer courts. There's basketball courts. There's an OXXO, like a few, like less than 100 feet away. Do they let you sleep with all the music in Guanajuato? I love to party, so I wouldn't mind. I fall asleep in. You know what wakes me up? My 3 dogs. Actually, not the sounds outside. My 3 dogs wake me up at least twice a night, and it's been quite challenging. But yeah, the sounds in Guanajuato don't really bother me. Especially the fireworks. You really get used to it. The music, it's not like it's every single night. The music and the partying, it's mostly weekends, if that, and we're high enough up the hill that we don't hear what's going on in Centro. Yeah, if you like to party and you don't mind the sounds, Nesto's right. Like, you would really love downtown. When we lived in the Perros Muertos area, downtown, I remember they do a lot of serenading. There's a lot of mariachi bands, and it's just the sounds of life. The rager, in the distance, where the music just builds and builds and builds. Your DJ builds and builds and builds, has that like climactic, spot in the music, and then it's just like you. There's sounds in music. There's electronic music playing in this corner, and there's banda playing in that corner, and there's like mariachi playing outside your door, and there's fireworks going off. Yeah, there's a lot going on when it comes to sounds, especially when there's a festival. But again, it's not every night, and it's not out of control. It's controlled partying, it's controlled celebrations, and it's just, you'll never be bored. So Guanajuato is, I think, approximately 250,000 people, and it's small enough to feel like just a countryside city. And there's a lot of nature around. You can literally be in nature within minutes of being outside of the city. And it's large enough to, first of all, it's small enough to walk from one end to the other in like 45 minutes. And it is large enough to never feel bored. I never, ever, ever feel bored here. There's always something to discover. There's always something to attend. If you don't mind, if you don't have to get up at 5 a.m. for work, yeah, exactly. Yeah, who needs to get up at 5 a.m. anyway? I went there when I was 11. Oh yeah, 11 years old. I think a lot has changed since then. We're talking to our neighbors and good friends, and they were telling us what Guanajuato was like 20 years ago. And 20 years ago, there was pretty much nothing. Here, there was no grocery store. There was one movie theater in the San Javier area. There's one bowling alley in San Javier area. And no, not bowling alley. It was a movie theater. There's a Soriana grocery store there now. And there were no malls like there is right outside of the city. Like, to go grocery shopping, like for a big haul, they would have to go to Leon, which is about 45 minutes away. They wanted to go to like a really nice movie, they would have to go to Leon. How much is a movie ticket? That question is more for Nesto. Nesto, if you're still watching this, how much is a movie ticket? There's two different types of prices. There's like the regular movie theater and the VIP movie theater. What I'm about to say is not because we're fancy, but it's just cool. It's a cool experience. But we like to do the VIP movie theaters and that's in Leon, DJ Muñeco. It's in Leon at that mall. I forgot what the mall is called. It's at the top floor, Cinepolis, and they have a VIP thing. And I don't remember how much the movie tickets are, but you can sit down inside. The seats recline, and you can order food, and they deliver food, and people have dinner there. I'm not a big fan of eating inside of a movie theater. I just picked up that habit here because Nesto really loves, the whole experience of popcorn and candy and knickknacks and, just having that experience of just watching the movie and eating. The thing about what I find interesting about Mexican movie theaters is, for example, in the US, especially coming from Hollywood and LA, I was telling Nessa this, I was like, we don't talk when we're in a movie theater. We also don't make any sounds, let alone watch, having a waiter come back and forth delivering food to the surrounding seats. When people watch movies in the States, they watch the movie, and if you are, if you're noisy, if you're talking, if you if I can hear you eat, people will say something. So what I love about movie theaters here in Mexico is people they don't give anything, I love that. So they'll order food. I mean, we're not talking about little finger food too. We're talking about people ordering pasta and sandwiches and hot meals and brisket, full on dinners in a movie theater. That's what I find really interesting. And you can drink alcohol. Good evening, peaceful canvas. Good to see you here. So Jody says that at Plaza Alaya, which is a mall, about a 10-minute drive right outside of the city walls, on Saturday night, I think the movie's 140 pesos for a movie. That was the price of a movie in Los Angeles in 2003. Now a movie in Los Angeles is about $30. So I think 140 pesos is not bad for a movie. And the movie theaters are really nice. There's also a bowling alley that you can play, that you can bowl. And what else is there, Jody, that is at Plaza Alaya? Maybe I'll do a video there. Some days during the week, the cinema or bowling alley have cheap deals. Oh, cool, yeah. So are there English or subtitled movies? Yeah, I need it. I can only sadly, I can only watch movies with subtitles or movies that are in English. And I feel bad, but until I learn, I'm gonna have to live that way. Yep, they do that here in Kansas also, but I bet it's less money to go with the movies. Yeah, for sure. The movies to have, I think, to watch a movie, to order food for two people, it's probably, the last time maybe we've probably spent $30 or maybe $50 tops for two people, date night. And we're talking brisket. We're not talking popcorn. Popcorn is what comes after the brisket. We're talking bottled water, beer. We have our popcorn, one for each of us. We have our meals, and we get to watch this amazing movie with reclining chairs, and for under $50. My first language is Spanish, but I love watching them in English all the time. I wish my first language was Spanish. I wouldn't be struggling so much, but I'm getting there. Maybe in another 8 years, I'll be fluent enough to have a conversation. But in all seriousness, I actually have been trying to get to the center, the language school downtown, but every single time I've been trying to find my way to the language school to inquire for more information, I get sidetracked. I kind of have a little bit of ADHD or ADD, and I'm easily sidetracked. So as soon as I start talking to someone, or someone invites me somewhere for coffee or whatever while I'm downtown, I forget that I had to go to the language school. So one day this week, Thursday? And early next week, I will get myself to the language school, and sign up for Spanish classes. I spent a week in Guanajuato, a beautiful place, but those hills! I know. It is a beautiful place, but those hills. That is true. But you know what? Those hills, it's what makes Guanajuato so gorgeous and so worth it. I love walking up and down these hills, and you will never run out of a pathway up or down these hills. There's always another alley to discover. There's always another turn, another and some of these alleys, some people would never even walk through just because of how narrow they are. But I love it because you never know what you're going to discover on the other side. Sometimes there's some really cool restaurants or bars or art studios that you can discover, even like a tailor or something, like a store or a little coffee shop that someone turned their living room into a coffee shop, and you're walking up or down these alleys and you discover these cool new places every single time. That's what I'm saying. Guanajuato is logistically small, and it's a really small city, but it's large enough and has so many different alleys and turns that you'll never be bored. You'll never be bored. I haven't been bored. I've been coming back and forth here in Guanajuato for 8 years, and I never get bored. Never. And the people that you meet, that's the thing too. It's so the more locals you meet, the more friends that you make in the city, the more invitations. So you never get bored. There's always someone's event to go to, someone's dinner to attend, someone's fundraiser to help out in. There's always something. Lots of art. I know Peaceful Canvas, you're excited to get here because of the art scene. Lots of art here, lots of color. Can't wait. I was supposed to take a painting class, but I was in LA when it started, so I have to figure out when their next cycle starts. I'm just waiting for Peaceful Canvas to get here so I can take their art class. We already have a shop. I can imagine having one in the living room in the Centro. Yes. Well, you'll have a customer. I'm just waiting for you to open it up. Concerts. Oh yeah, concerts. Never-ending concerts. The ice bath, please. I used to say the same thing. I used to say never in my life would I do an ice bath. I'm a tropical man with tropical blood, and cold weather, cold anything, unless it's ice cream, is not going to go anywhere near me. But the ice bath, it's once you go try it once and you feel how amazing and alive you feel, it's pretty addicting. And I'm sure Jody and Nesso can attest to that because they've also done it. Are there water shortages? Yes. In the dry season, there's usually water shortages. Oh yeah, good one. So in the dry season, there's water shortages, but we've never, since we have tinacos as well. Tinacos are these big water tanks on the roof of the homes. They store water. So we never really run out of water, but it's just for awareness, not taking 15, 30-minute long showers, no wasting water when you're watering plants and stuff. It just makes you conserve water more and not waste it. But there are water shortages. My husband says yes on the ice bath. See, there you go. You have to, you know what? The best part about the ice bath, especially the community that I belong to, is that we get to eat afterwards. So the host, Memo, he owns the property. It's a beautiful property, and he normally actually sometimes has rentals in his. We actually live there. Nesto and I live there, and that's how we met him. But He makes this amazing brunch every Sunday, and we all eat as a family style after the ice bath. Not everyone does the ice bath, and we enjoy each other's company. We share stories, and even though there's language barriers, we figure out a way to communicate, and it's just a beautiful experience. So it's not just the ice bath that I go for; it's the food and obviously the people, the community. I've forged some amazing friendships because of that community. I love it. It's my favorite part of Guanajuato. That community for sure. And if the price of entrance is ice bath, sign me up. I'll do it any day. Peaceful canvas. I'm definitely going to have painting classes, oil, acrylic. Cool. I love it. It took 10 years of painting instruction. Oh, good. Awesome. Ice baths are the best. See? I love it. My ice bath people. I love it. I see that food and the baby in the cake. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I forgot what it's called. Something de los Reyes. No. Yeah. I forgot what it was. Oh, I forgot what it was called already. I did see that. Yeah, I didn't get the baby in that cake. And plus I was in LA. If you get the baby, I guess, you have to buy tamales for the group. But I didn't get the baby, and I wasn't there for it. I was in LA February 2nd. The people seem so nice. That's the thing. You know what's crazy? That's the best part, is the people. They are so nice, so welcoming. It's a whole different level of nice. And Jody's right. People from all over the world. It's not just the locals. Now our ice bath community is it's like the United Colors of Benetton. It's everyone from everywhere, and yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know, Jody, do you experience this? But we don't. After being here for so long, we don't really see each other, or people don't usually like judge us or view us as like, oh, he's Filipino, or he's Chino, or they're black, or they're Jewish, or they're Muslim, or it's not like that. That's all US stuff. Like, we're gonna leave that behind, right? Like, we don't like look at people as like, oh yeah, he's Muslim, or oh yeah, he's Japanese, or oh yeah, she's, Jewish. It's not even part of the conversation. When people talk to you here, it's just being present. No one cares where you're from. No one cares what your orientation is. No one cares about any of that. The only people that make it a big deal are the people, obviously, who have, fears around that or insecurities around that. And it's because of a lot of the programming that's gone on in the US and just how society has been in the US. But that's what I love about Mexico, is that when Mexicans talk to you, when Mexicans kind of invite you into their homes and they meet you out, it's always about the human, the essence of who you are, your personality, your character, that they gauge, not your ethnicity or your sexual orientation or any of that. So that's what I love about that. Oh, the ceilings? I know, right? I mean, that looks like a green screen, but it's a huge dome. That's the living room. Living under a huge dome and sleeping under a huge dome, I don't think I'll ever want to live anywhere without a boveda ceiling. And when you play music, I don't know if the DJ's still in here, but the acoustics are great. The thing is, I'm Mexican, and when Mexicans see me, they start speaking Spanish. I do not speak Spanish. I'm working on it daily. But you know what? That's cool as long. Okay, so I want to say something, and I really hope it doesn't piss people off. But it's an observation, and this is the same too in the Philippine community. I see it when I go to the Philippines. It's it's a pet peeve of mine, but it's just something I need to deal with inside. But what I have issues with is, like, for example, a Mexican who has been out of this country for so long, they move to the United States or wherever else, and then they come back here and they don't think they're Mexican anymore, or they don't associate themselves with, local Mexicans or the culture here, and they've been Americanized. And I see this in the Philippine culture as well. When Filipinos go back to the Philippines and they've been living in the state for so long, and they're speaking their English when full well they speak Spanish, or they talk and brag and flaunt their money, and it's just, for me, it's a pet peeve when I know someone speaks Spanish, they've been out of the country for a while, and they come here and they pretend like they don't know how to speak Spanish or that they're not Mexican. It's a big problem. But as long as you're not like that, and I know you're learning and the language, and I can't speak. I can't judge because I've been here for so long and I'm still learning the basics of Spanish. So I can't say anything about that. So yeah, it's your pet peeve too. I get it. This is actually, I've seen it in my own family, because I used to go to the Philippines a lot with my parents, and I had to tell my dad this once, because he was just speaking English, and he would his essence about him would be just like the better than you attitude. And I had to be like, listen, don't forget where you came. I just hate that. And because I ended up doing that myself when I first went to the Philippines in 2007 for the first time. And I knew how to speak Tagalog, Filipino, kind of broken. But when I got to the Philippines, I told everyone I didn't know how to speak Tagalog because I was shy. I wasn't confident with it. But I also was just like, I feel like I get better treatment if I speak with an American accent and English. And it took me a good year to really understand that that's not cool at all. And it took me about a good year to embrace my culture as a Filipino and embrace the language, and don't treat people like I'm better than them just because of my geography, where I live. And so anyway, but then I see that here when I see some Mexican tourists in Guanajuato that haven't been here, and they refuse to speak Spanish. But I'm like, I know you speak Spanish. I can hear it. You got your temporary residency. These things are moving. Oh man. So the comments move so fast. Sorry. I got my temporary residence and will retire in a year. Come to Ajijic for a soft landing. Apart from learning Spanish, what would you recommend to prepare to integrate as a gringo? Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh, that's a great question. Learn to let go of your expectations of what it should be like to live in Mexico. So learn to let go of your sense of urgency. For example, if you order something, even from Amazon, if you make an appointment with someone and they don't show up on time, do not get mad. Just know that that sense of urgency is not a thing. Yes, it's getting better, but learn to be flexible with people, that you're not always going to get the answers that you're looking for right away, that there are processes and procedures here that are not as efficient as they are in the US. So work on having more patience with people, and work on being okay with a slower pace of life, especially if you're going to move to a place like Guanajuato. It's a slower pace of life here. So it's more about preparing your mindset as an Ingram. As a what? As an gringo. Sorry. I'm by myself here. Well, Nesto's here somewhere in the house, but I'm laughing. Just, yeah, the picture of me laughing at my phone doing a live stream. I know people are watching, but it's just funny to me. Yeah, just being open and curious is all you need. Try not to judge as well. Just the way things are done here, it's just the way things are done here. And accept that. Be accepting. Work on your acceptance of people and procedures and processes, and you'll be fine. Yeah. No flushing toilet paper. No flushing toilet paper. Raise there. I'm so respectful of the space I enter. I want to be more. So that's the thing about Mexicans, the locals here, is if you show respect for the people and the culture and the traditions here, and you zip it when it comes to your complaints, keep the complaints inside, or just with your partner. You don't need to articulate it, let it out to the world. But if you can just like show respect and be curious about people, be curious about the traditions, and be open, you're gonna thrive here. People will bend over backwards to help you and to support you. But the moment that you show this energy about you of I'm better because I come from, the US or Canada or wherever you're from, and you're looking down at people, you're a goner. Like, it's just not, people will not respect you. People will not, no, they just won't give you the time of day. And as they should, because we're visitors here. We're visitors here as refugees. That's why I chose one instead of San Miguel de Allende. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Frank? What's happening? Thank you for showing up. Thank you for tuning in. We just know it won't be like the US, and that's about. Guys, can we just take a moment, everyone here watching right now, and let me know by, I don't know, give me a heart or a hand, but things need to change right now. I'm so glad to be here and not not on the other side of that wall. The video that I posted the other day about how I'm so much happier here in Mexico, that doesn't do it justice. Like, the moment I cross the border in the United States, I feel 50 times heavier. Like, the weight on my shoulders feels so heavy. And my feed on my phone is filled with news and just everything that this troll is doing. It just brings you down. But then the moment you cross the border again to come here and being in Mexico and being surrounded by the people here, it's all that weight just lifts. And I can control how much news that I allow into my daily life. I haven't seen anything, by the way, since I got here 3 days ago, since I got back. I haven't seen anything about what's going on in the US, and I could care less right now because what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do from over here? Even if I was in LA, what am I gonna do? What can we do? Right? Until someone comes up with an actual tangible thing that we can do aside from calling our representatives and just spreading the word with our fellow, people, what else can we do? I can do that from here. And in the meantime, exactly nothing. Exactly. But you know what we can do? And I invite everyone who's watching this, whether you're on this side of the border or on that side of the border, is to put your mindset first. Protect yourself, your mindset. Focus on self-care. We have to stay healthy throughout this experience, the next few years. And it's especially in our mind. They are conditioning us to lose it. Like they are like everything that the chaos that's being created right now is being designed for us to lose it, to lose our senses, to disconnect from each other and to lose our sense of community and to isolate ourselves. And do not let that happen. Stay together, surround yourself with people of like mind, with us just supporting each other. Focus on your mental health. Go get some help if you need it. Talk to people. Don't keep it inside. Give out the cry. I know a lot of people have been crying. I'm not the only one, but let it out and just don't give in to the psychological like mess that's being imposed on us. So what's up? What's up? Hola, hola, todos. Alana Guanajuato, March 1st. Yeah, welcome. Amazing. Frank, mental health is extremely important. Yeah. Because look, without mental health, once they actually get to your mental health, we're doomed. Like, keep it stable. Like, find your core. Find that thing inside of you that keeps you moving, that keeps you. I shared this quote yesterday with our retreat goers. So we've got a retreat. We've got a retreat with an amazing couple coming on March 1st. It's not Buddy Gem here, and they're coming on March 1st. And I shared with them a quote that's super important to me that I've loved through the years. And this is a quote that everyone should be asking themselves and reading to themselves over and over and over again. Prayer and meditation is always absolutely. Like keep your core protected. Keep connected to your spiritual self, to your higher self. So the quote is, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do that. Because what the world needs are people who have come alive. Let that one sink in. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do that. Because what the world needs are people who have come alive. More than ever, I think that quote is so relevant in what's happening with the world right now. Focus on what makes you come alive. Focus on what turns that light on inside of you and do that. And for some of you, like me, that means getting the F out of Dodge and going to your place that lights you up, whether it's Guanajuato, whether it's the beach, whether it's Thailand, somewhere, in the southeast of Asia. Go, do it if you can. If you have to stay in the US, go and step in nature. Go for a week long, 2 weeks long, unplugged camping trip and just disconnect for a little bit. And just what turns my light on? I don't know if I can share that on a live stream. No, what turns my light on is travel. Is being, what it is? What I love about flying to different places and travel, it is when you step off the plane onto not the ramp, but when the planes. It's usually here in Guanajuato where you get out of the plane and have to walk down the stairs, the little ramp stairs, and then you have to walk around the airplane on the outside. I love that. And especially if it's in a country that I'm visiting for the first time, or for example, the Philippines, and I'm exploring a new island. Excuse me, I'm burping. I love stepping out of the plane and smelling something that I can't smell in the US, like diesel, like diesel fuel. I mean, it's crazy enough. Hola, Asplin International. Bob, what's happening? That's what turns me on is new discoveries. But what turns me on even more is cultures, discovering new traditions, my new thing is discovering the history of Guanajuato, like seeing old pictures of Guanajuato. A lot of the restaurants here, a lot of the cafes have pictures of their cafe from like the 1900s, early 1900s. And I love that. I love seeing how ancient this city is, knowing that I'm walking on the same cobblestones that Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera walked on. I'm looking at the same gas lamps that they looked at. Well, they're not gas lamps anymore, they're LED lamps, but the frames of it are from that era, or from that time. That's what turns me on. Out of curiosity, what the LGBT community is like, oh man, we're so gay here. I love it. Like, I'm just kidding. It's fine. Like, we are all over the place. I've been meeting a lot more gay people, gay men here. So here's something interesting here's a fun fact about me and Nesto, is that we don't have any gay friends. Well, now we do. But up until recently, we have not met or made friends with we don't have any other gay male friends or gay couple friends. But now we do, because we met them and they were subscribers and they invited us over, and we met like more gay friends that we could ever want and ask for. So we're so happy with that, and people are so friendly here. We have a lot of gay female friends. Jody's one of them. No, we're talking about gay male friends. Jody, we've got a lot of lesbian friends, please. Me and Nesto met in Mexico City. We actually met on Tinder while I was still in LA, and I knew I was going to go to Mexico City, so I was like, let's see what kind of dates I can set myself on. But we met in Mexico City, and we decided for the first 3 months to be friends, and we were really good friends for about 3 months before things heated up and turned into more than friends. Thank you for all your videos. They got me pumped for exploring GTO. That's some. You guys, why are you guys coming March 1st? So March 1st to March 6th, we have a retreat. So we're going to be focused on our retreat goers. For those 6 days. Hopefully I see you guys out in town. But if you're here after March 6th, I'd love to meet you and have some coffee. Are you on the Guanajuato Facebook group? And then on March 1st, okay. I love when he smiles on the camera. Usually he's walking away. Oh yeah, that's his thing. Like, he's not the, for all of you introverts out there, Nesto is your representation. He is Mr. Introvert. Yeah, but it works for us. I'm the extrovert. He's an introvert. And for some reason, this partnership totally works for us. We complement each other. And there are days where I just want to be like alone. We just want to be in our home and just chill. And then there are days where I just need to be out, which is most days, about 6 days of the week. I'm usually out, either hiking up the side of this mountain or walking around, filming in town. And now, that's the reason, like, why I'm also filming a lot of Guanajuato, is because I'm there anyway. I'm already doing these things. Why don't I just share what I'm seeing and experiencing with people who are wanting to see and experience what I'm experiencing? So I think that's why this channel worked out, is because I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not. I'm not trying to like hype a place up that it isn't. What you're seeing is exactly what and how it is. And I think that's what's missing in a lot of people's channels, the travel vloggers, is you're only seeing the highlight reels. And, I want you to get a fuller picture of what Guanajuato is about. Like, it has its ups, that's for sure. We've got many peaks surrounding the city, but there's also a lot of downs. There's also a lot of pitfalls that people can fall into if they're not aware. And so I want to help you increase your awareness before you even come here so that you know what to expect. David, oh, I can't wait to meet you. Yeah, you've been commenting on my videos for a while. There's a bunch of people who've been commenting on my videos. I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to meet you outside of your usernames. I met 3 of you today, and it's just so cool to, it's just so surreal. It's like, it's not, I can't even, I feel like I've got 3 new friends. Every time I meet a subscriber out in town or for coffee or for today's meetup, I feel like, wow, I've got more people out there in the world that, like the network. I'm a people person. I love meeting new friends. I love like expanding the network, helping each other out, sharing each other's superpowers, and just having this community of people who I know inside, intellectually or ideologically, like we might have differing beliefs, but none of that matters if internally we are kind people. Like, and I know when someone is a fellow kind person, like we are attracted to each other. And what do you say to someone who's afraid to take the dive to move to another country? Ooh, that's a good one. Mike, I would ask, what are you afraid of? Or what is the person afraid of in the first place, moving to another country? What is it about moving to another country that instills fear in them? Can you answer that? And then I'll answer the question. It makes me feel like you're a friend. Yeah, like I feel like when I do my videos, I'm not, I, I'm just sharing as I would if my best friend was on the other side of the screen. I'm not censoring myself. I'm not editing myself before I even film. I love the book. That's the nickname for it. Yeah, funny, Jody. But yeah, like again, we can have different beliefs in many different things, but if I know you're a kind person and that you care about other people and you're respectful of other cultures and people, and that you don't try to impose your beliefs onto me and me onto you, I think we'll get along really well. And I was also telling, I forgot who we were having this conversation with, but I have more friends who are older than me than I do who that are the same age or younger than me. And I think it's because my parents had me very late. I'm the last of 6 children, and my dad's 92. My mom passed when she was 89, and my siblings, my 5 siblings, the one that came right before me is 15 years older than me. And so a lot of my friends are much older than me. Jody and that. I'm just kidding. You're not that much older than me, Jody. Fear. I lived in the U.S. and have stalkers with decapitated. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's gross. So bad that my employer got me consultation time with. Wow. Whoa. Wow. That's nuts. That is. I can't even. Oh. The only fear we have is to drive our truck to Guanajuato from the U.S. Now, even that's, oh, Jody, tell them, well, where in the U.S. are you driving from? So we're selling it and flying in to walk everywhere. First of all, Bobby and Lena, you might want to talk to Jody and Nat. Nat and Jody's next adventure. They drove. They're 2 blonde females, Australians, driving all over through Mexico, and with their car stuffed with all their things, and they never had any issues driving. You just need to know where to not drive, what to avoid, and when to not drive. So yeah, they've been from Kansas to California and fly. Oh, if you're coming in from California, you can come in through the southern border, and I think Jody and Nat would say that you can go in through the Baja side and take the ferry from La Paz, put your car onto the ferry, because I was going to do that with my truck from LA, but I don't think it's going to make the drive. It's that old. So you can take the ferry from La Paz, you can skip all the bad parts of Mexico and avoid all of that because the Baja side is a pretty scenic and beautiful and safe side. See, there you go. Yeah, I would totally. We're black and Mexican. Cool, awesome. So, are you the ones who asked me about what it's like for people of color being here? I'm not sure. Never had any issues, and it's never been a thing. Again, the whole race thing and color thing and sexual orientation thing. Yes, Mexico is a conservative country, but we've never. It's not. I talk to locals all the time. That's the thing. It's like, and we've never experienced racism. I think it's more of a classism issue in Mexico, rich versus poor kind of a thing, rather than color. Yeah, it's not really something that I've had issues with or heard of people having issues with. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it's just my personal experience. But yeah, Nat and Jody have a lot of experience with vehicles in Mexico, as well as driving. They're experts at this. Check them out. They have a channel as well, Nat and Jody's Next Adventure. And they're also my resource for house sitting. So let's talk about that for a second. Sorry, Jody, if I can just plug you for a second. But yeah, I recommend, let me just read Cirilo Franco's question or statement, and then I will talk about house sitting in a second. Why I freaking love this idea so much for people. You showed a property a while back in which you had to walk up what we looked like to be an alley or yep, I know that one. It had to be so much potential, but they had not decided on a price. Do you recall the property? They haven't decided on the price. Oh yeah, yes they did. It was less than 200,000 or 250,000 or something like that. Yeah, it was way less. It was one of the more lower priced properties. It was property Melrose Place. That's the one. And it had like 5 or 6 bedrooms or 5 or 6 separate apartments that you could turn into a investment property, rent it out, turn it into a hostel. You know what would be great to actually do here that there are hostels here, but I haven't seen one done really well. If you are a traveler and you've stayed at hostels around the world, you might want to check out starting a hostel here in Guanajuato because the hostels here could use some work. I've stayed at a couple, but they're not like the hostels in Southeast Asia where there's events for the people in the hostel to meet each other, like community spaces, community events. I would totally love to have something like that here because I think Guanajuato is definitely growing and it's getting. So another fact that might be interesting to some people here is that the population of Guanajuato. There's a lot of like 18 to 21, 22-year-olds here. Huge chunk. It's a university city. So pretty much half the population, I would be bold enough to say, is between 18 to 21, 22. Very young population. And then it skips all the way to like 50, 55 and up. So in between 22 and 50 or 55, we're missing. Not a lot, because a lot of that population is working out in Leon, or they have to go to Irapuato or other cities to work. And so now I'm seeing a lot more of that age group of the 25 to 45 coming. They're coming. And I'm starting to see them, and I'm really excited about that because it's like a new type of energy coming into Guanajuato. Awesome. How can I get a message to them? I don't know. Matt and Jody. You're getting a message to them right now because Jody from Matt and Jody is here. Maybe she can let you know how to contact them. We match every weekend. We're moving this summer. Yes, fantastic. Oh yes, I love it. But you know what? I've actually considered, SMA as a potential to move to. Every time I'm there, I'm like, oh, this is great. I just need to spend maybe like a month there to really get a good gauge on it. It's just that I really love not hearing English everywhere I go when I walk in Guanajuato. You don't hear English much when you're walking in town. In SMA, every other person speaks English, and it's just kind of like Olvera Street in Los Angeles. It's I feel like I am in a movie set as well because everything's perfect in SMA. It's like walking out and the flowers are perfectly placed. The colors of the walls are all perfectly coordinated. There's no missing chunks of the buildings like there are here. Here, if you've noticed the difference in my videos and maybe some videos of other bloggers or whatever in SMA, you'll notice that in Guanajuato, it's filled with imperfections. It's perfectly imperfect here. There's missing chunks of buildings and the walls are multicolors. Like there's different layers of like from brick to stucco or like adobe. And you can see through time how buildings have changed through the hundreds of years, and that's what I love. In SMA, it's perfectly curated, which attracts a different type of person, different type of people. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful. But I love that I get to go there on the weekends, or if I want. Like all your videos of your memories of way back in the old days. Last time I went to Guanajuato was 19. Whoa, awesome. Oh, cool. I hope you get a chance to come back. Lots have changed since 1993. I've been told that I have neighbors who was describing what Guanajuato looked like 20 years ago. And 20 years ago, they didn't even have, they had one main movie theater where all the teenagers would hang out in San Javier. And apparently it's very, very, very different from where it was 20 years ago. So I'm so excited for you to come back and see the changes of the city. The buildings are the same. The storefronts are the same because you can't really change much in Centro because it's a protected UNESCO site, but there's a lot more cool things you can probably do since 20 years ago. So yeah, house sitting. Here's my take on that and kind of like what the conversations that Nesto and I have been having recently too, based on world events, based on uncertainty. And unless you're really, really sure about a place that you want to invest in a city here in Mexico, and you want to move from your place in the US and then buy a place here in Mexico, awesome. If you're confident with that and that's what you want to do and that's the plan, amazing. This is the perfect time to do that. Even if you want, and this goes the same for renting. Let's say you want to rent for a year. Perfect, do that. What I'm about to say is for the type of person who can be a little bit more flexible. This person or people may not know exactly where they want to be in Mexico. They may not know what city they want to live in yet. They've probably never maybe even been to Mexico yet, and they just want to get the heck out of the US and start a new life. I absolutely encourage to check out house sitting, because house sitting in Mexico will allow you to try out the different areas, the different cities, and without making a huge commitment. And not only that, but you get to save a lot of money because you're not paying rent on accommodations. And a lot of the homes that you can stay in are amazing. In a lot of the homes, there's a lot of places in SMA. I did a video with Jody from Nat and Jody's Next Adventure about the top 5 places, top 5 cities where house sitting is super available. And it's not hard at all to get started with house sitting. You've given us ideas to kind of explore the possibility of moving out there. It seems more affordable than any other places in Mexico. Saludos. Oh, awesome. And guess what, too? Mexico's not the only place. Southeast Asia is also a contender. Listen, if my dad wasn't 92 and if I didn't need to get to him every month, or if I didn't want to be close, one of the main reasons why I'm here in Guanajuato is because it's literally a 3-hour drive, or 3-hour drive. What am I talking about? 3-hour flight from Leon to LAX, and I can get home as soon as possible in case I need to, in case of an emergency. I remember when my mom was passing away last January, and I needed to get back as soon as possible. I got back within a couple of days, got a flight, and got there just in time. If I didn't have to be close to Los Angeles because of my dad, we would probably be in the Philippines, because I've lived there many years ago, and I know my way around. Southeast Asia is amazing. It's much cheaper than it is in Mexico. The price of living and the diversity in the Philippines specifically is incredible. Everyone speaks English. English is our second language in the Philippines. So homes there, super affordable. If you love the beach, if you love like hotter weather, and if you love clear, crystal blue, emerald green water, if you love seafood, it's so, you can eat seafood. And like, where would I live in the Philippines? I would live in Palawan, one of my favorite islands. Actually, I also love the island of Bohol, Bohol, because it has the jungle aspect to it, and it also has the beach aspect. And it has so there's different types of beaches in the Philippines. There are beaches where you can literally walk out into the beach and be a half a kilometer away and still be at waist level. So it's like a swimming pool, and it's like bath water, and it's crystal clear, the clearest water that you can find. So it has that. And then there are beaches where it's more limestone, and there are no beaches. It's just a drop off. It's perfect for people who love to dive. So there's tons of different types of beaches. So yeah, there's different areas in the world that you could also check out, and you can do that through house sitting. There's house sits all over the world, and now is the perfect time, if you're flexible, to not just check out Mexico. Mexico's amazing. You can have house sits in Mexico for years and years and years and never have to leave Mexico and never pay for your accommodations. Or you can go and have house sits in Mexico, have house sits in the Philippines, have house sits in Thailand, have house sits in Europe, and check out which part of the world really fits you and your preferences and needs, and use this opportunity now to explore. Because why not? With so much chaos now, it's like now's the time to live out of a suitcase, get rid of all of your things, and be as mobile and flexible as you can. Because the last thing you want to be is to be rooted again, and when S hits the fan. If and when S hits the fan. Jesse, are you planning on doing lives regularly, or is this a one-time thing? I don't know. I'm liking this so far. Are you guys liking this? Maybe next time we'll have questions. I just decided to do this because I realized I haven't done it yet after all this time. But I really I'm liking this live aspect and being able to answer your questions live. Yeah, cool, awesome. I'll do it more often. I'm just now that I have more time and I can just schedule it or just do off the cuff. I will do it. And you know what else I want to do? I want to get a better phone plan because I pay for data by gigs right now on my Mexican phone. I want to figure out how to get a phone plan where I can go live in town while I'm walking around. That'd be great. I want to be able to take you on at the cafes and do lives and sit on the steps of Teatro Juarez and do live. I just don't know what the quality of the footage will be. So yeah, Phil, you're absolutely right. It's 100% time to be nimble, flexible, smaller carbon footprint. Yeah, it's now's the time to actually be able to pick up and leave or move as much and as often as you can because you just never know what it's going to be like months or years from now. And you know, I'm not one to give into the fear or to fall into that, but I also like to be able to be prepared just in case. Because right now too, like with the way the US is treating Mexico, I don't know how, I don't want to outstay our welcome. You know, I don't know what it's going to be like a year or two from now with constant, like, you know, the US just putting so much pressure on Mexico and just the way Mexico is being portrayed. Eventually the people are going to get sick of it and the welcome is going to be questioned and people are going to get tired. And I hope that it doesn't get to that point. But in case it does, I also want to be prepared to take a little break and go somewhere else for a little while if we need to, even with our 3 dogs. Oh, you want to see the city at night? I would too. Just kidding. It's been a while. Being with an introvert, and me being how I am, I like to be in bed by like 10 or 11. We rarely catch ourselves outside, you know, at night, even though it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous at night in Guanajuato. So I'll try to do a few videos from there as well, just to show you. It's so much fun at night. Oh, so much life. Hola, Chicago! Chicago's in the house. Thank you so much. I love it. How do phone plans work in Mexico? I don't know. Just kidding. You just get a SIM card, a Telcel SIM card, put it in your phone. You have a Mexican phone. And then you can buy the plans and fill it up with data or the phone plan. And I spend about $14 a month on my phone. That's how much I pay for my phone. $14 a month, and I get about 3 gigs of data and unlimited phone and text. Yeah, I would look, but 3 gigs live stream would go real quick. And I want to be able to find an unlimited phone plan so that I can go live as long as I want and not have to worry about the quality. And you know, right now we're using Wi-Fi, so the quality is pretty good. But yeah, I am young enough to. Thank you for saying that. I am young enough to stay up late at night. But when we have something to celebrate, when we want to do karaoke, when we want to go salsa dancing, that's one of the best. That lights me up inside too. I forgot who asked, but that lights me up when I can go salsa dancing at this place called Guanajuato. It's like old school design. Imagine having a live salsa band and being inside like a hacienda style building with the arches and everyone's dressed and everyone's dancing in the middle of the dance floor. It's in another world. It's another world. It's not like some salsa club in the US that's like a modern nightclub turned salsa club and you just go and dance. And no, we're talking gorgeous like interior that is Instagrammable for sure. And you have a live band and they're playing music and people have their cocktails and dancing and they're dressed like totally dressed really nice, and their hair is fixed and or like styled, and they're drinking like, it's just, you're transported to another world, and you actually feel like I'm in a different country, and I get to witness this. And not only witness it, but I get to take part if I want to. You go dance on the dance floor, no one's judging you if you can't dance. I know because from experience, because I've always been so like, when Nesto takes me on the dance floor and he knows how to dance, I feel like every Mexican is born with like hips that move. Mine don't, and I'm working on it. But he takes me on the dance floor and he dances, and I turn red, and I get so embarrassed, and yeah, it's just like, but you know what? After a couple minutes, you're a part of the dance, like you're a part of the experience, and no one's watching us, no one cares. But there are cool dance clubs here in Guanajuato. There's another one, Las Damas de Camelias, I believe it's called. I hope I didn't butcher that, but it's like, if you can still experience this. This is why I absolutely like encourage people to like go local as much as possible. So you can absolutely experience being the only foreigner in a nightclub dancing cumbia and not speak English. Like, imagine walking into a nightclub and seeing only locals dancing cumbia and not being around any other foreigners. That's still possible. That's still here in Guanajuato. It's still like, I mean, Nesto is an amazing dance teacher, and he's very, very, very patient with me. Nesto's been very, very patient with me through the years. Much green area to speak of. Yeah, anywhere outside of the city. There's tons of hikes. So there's not a lot of dog parks, but there are plenty of hikes to go to walk your dogs. And yeah, there's tons of nature around the city. Not so much in Centro. There are parks, and I encourage you to pick up your dog's poop when you take your dogs out for a walk. But there's not a lot of dog parks where you can like unleash them and let them roam free, unless you go on a hike. And that's what I love about Guanajuato, is our dogs, as small as they are. And you know what else too? I haven't seen any coyotes. You would expect that coyotes would come down and snatch some dogs or look for food, but I have not heard of or seen any coyotes or sightings of coyotes or problems with coyotes, or rattlesnakes, which is so weird because you would expect them to be around, but no, we never see them. My dream is to move to GTO. It feels so peaceful in Mexico. You can really feel. I really hope that you achieve that dream. I really do, because it really is that great. And people tell me not to share Guanajuato. That's true. People tell me not to share Guanajuato for fear of bringing too many people here. But you know what? It's too late for that. With or without my videos, they're coming. Y'all are coming. I know it, because I see it in town. The amount of gringo faces that I've seen in town recently in the past month has, I would say, tripled. And they keep coming. And you know what? What I say to that, keep coming. Anything to get out of the United States and just leave that situation, even temporarily, and spend your money here on this economy, do it. Because I feel like it's the good people of the United States that are coming to Mexico and sharing, spending here. And I feel like what I do with my videos is I attract good people. I attract the people that I do want to run into in town, that I do want to break bread with. So keep coming. I say to the people who want to come to Guanajuato, keep coming. And I love seeing your faces, because I know it's the right faces. Scorpions, yeah, that's a problem. You should show Dolores. Yeah, I know. We want to go to Dolores. There's so much we want to do. in Montana. Jody, I want to go dancing to meet girls. I've been there. May I ask how old, if you're comfortable, if you can share how old you are? I've been there for 3 years, and but in a few months I'll be back to my country. Cool. If you're college age, or if you're in your 20s, maybe even 30s, 20s, you will not have a problem meeting girls or guys in Guanajuato because it's a very young city. It's a university town with a ton of satellite colleges. I've lived in all areas of Mexico and I've only seen a few baby-sized scorpions over the 8 years. Yeah, so we're coming up on scorpion season, so I'm preparing to see scorpions, but we have never ever. You love Jose Alfredo Jimenez. He has a beautiful grave in Dolores. Oh, I have no idea. Okay, 40. Oh, no reason to laugh at that. Here's a interesting fact. I didn't come out of the closet until I was 37. So I was straight until I came out of the closet at 37, and I never had any gay experiences until 30. I came out of the closet, obviously. No one knew. Not my family, not my best friend, who is a lesbian. I've been best friends with this woman, this girl, since we were high school. And I never told anyone about being gay until I was 37. And once that happened, so physically I was 37, but developmentally I was still in my 20s, wanting to experience gay life. And so, for a very long time, when I was 37 and I came out, a lot of my partners were younger than me. And I had to learn that way, I guess. I don't know. Nesto's younger than me. And that's, we're still together, and it worked out. Now these days, I think my developmental phase caught up with my physical age, and I'm now more stable and even, and I worked out those mental issues, I guess, of sexuality and all that stuff and experiences fairly quickly. I think it was fairly quickly. I got that out of my system pretty fast, and I was able to catch up with everyone else my age. Other than that, it's been at 40. I think you're cool. There's. I don't even. When it comes to dating, I can't really. 40 is a perfect age, and the nightlife here is amazing. If you like the nightlife at 40, you will love Guanajuato. You will thrive here. You will never run out of things to do, people to meet. And you know what else too? What I've noticed between college kids here and college kids in the US, I'm a former frat boy from San Diego State University in California, and total difference. The university students here versus the university students of the United States, they have a maturity level of a 40-year-old. They don't act like university students in the United States. They don't party to get crazy and wasted and throw up all over the place. The kids here, when they go out and party at night, is what 40-year-olds or 30-something-year-olds do when they go to bars. They have cocktails, and they have conversations, and they talk about things going on in their lives and politics and really cool things and volunteering. It's not about taking shots. Yeah, it is a party school. It's not about taking shots and getting wasted. The college students here party quite responsibly. They don't they're not sloppy walking the streets, where you have friends holding them up. That's not really tolerated here. It's not part of their culture to get sloppy drunk. When the college students party here, they're very, very together. They're very well composed. I mean, I don't know how I'm alive right now. with all the partying I did in college. But it's not the same. So going back to being 40 and meeting people here, I feel like don't even worry about your age. And there's someone here for everyone, no matter what age you are, whether you are 40 or 50, 60 or 70. There's someone here for you. It's a big enough college, or big enough college. What am I talking about? It's a big enough city and it's diverse enough for you to find a companion. I absolutely believe that, and I see it. But yeah, does anyone have any like specific questions about anything that I have not covered in any of my videos or tonight? I do work remotely, and I have to work remotely. I can't work here. So yes, okay, so funny enough, we edit videos for YouTubers, and I don't edit my videos because when you deal with enough clients who are picky and they have so many revisions and they're so like meticulous about their edits, the last thing I wanted to do with my videos was the exact opposite. I know. The exact opposite. Like, I'm like, I don't want to get rid of my ums and ahs. In fact, someone commented just last night on one of my videos saying, it took you 9 minutes or however minutes to get to the point. It took you this long to tell me that you can get by in Guanajuato for $600. Like, if you want to turn people away, this is the best way to do it. And I was like, listen, you don't have to watch my videos. And I just went ahead and got rid of that person from my reality. Because guess what? I do my videos, yeah, for you guys, for sure, but I also do it for me. I want to be able to watch my videos when I'm 80, 90, maybe even I'm 100 if I'm lucky enough to get there, and watch these videos and not watch these hyper edited videos and just like with no attention span. I want to be able to watch myself think, and I want to attract people who can appreciate watching my videos as if they were right there with me, walking with me, sitting there with me. When I'm talking to a friend, I don't edit my thoughts and edit to the good part. That's I think the difference is, like, I want people to experience what it's like in real time and not like have hyper edited or like overly edited videos. I'm not interested in any of that. And if people can't handle it, then they don't watch my videos. It's easy as that. On the Changi's in Guanajuato, I remember going about it. Yeah, I will do those videos. I just feel like a lot of people, other vloggers have already done those videos. But I do record and film in stores that I shop at, and I like to promote vendors that I really like our butcher. I'm always there, but I've got a favorite butcher. But the Changi's, is that how it is? I hope I am pronouncing it right, but the little stores, yeah. I'll see. I just never shop in those stores because I never need anything from those stores. I don't even bring souvenirs to my friends and family in California. I just, we wait as you catch it. I know, right? Like, Tianguis, Tianguis or Tianguis? Tianguis. I hope I'm saying that right. What camera do I use? I use the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 for my camera. Best investment I've ever made. Is there a small Black American population there? Okay, cool. Everyone's around. Yeah, there are. Two of my subscribers I just met today are black, and I love them. And I don't know, you just got on by live stream, but I was talking about it earlier about people of color, and I'm one of them. And it's just the color thing is not a thing here. It's the issue, I think, more is a class thing. I think in Mexico, it's in their culture, it's more of a class thing, rich versus poor, blah blah blah. It's not really a color thing. I think the color, the racism, is more of an American thing, because when people meet people here, they don't see or judge you based on color or ethnicity or religion or sexual orientation. It's more about who you are and how you're being in the present. And the Mexican people are not, at least the ones that I've experienced, like they're not like fascinated or not fascinated because you're darker or lighter than them. It's more of, it's a class. I think the classism is an issue in Mexico. I'm learning more and more about the distinctions, but I've never met any black people that had a problem or issues here in Mexico. As a Filipino, I've never had an issue. I've been called Chino, but I think that's just what they call anyone who appears Asian, is Chino. And it's not when they call you Chino, when they call me Chino, they don't mean it to like poke fun at me or degrade me or any way. It's just the term that they use for people like me or look like me. And I've been explaining that for sure, because I used to take offense to being called Chino. Like, I'm not Chinese, but they call everyone who appears Asian Chino. And it's just a term of endearment, or it's just a term that they use because that's what they know. But it's not to put you down. I hope I was able to answer your question. Was that clear? Do you want me to clarify in any way? Let me know. This is the wife. We don't only watch your videos for your content and for watch because we like it. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so, wow. I cannot, anyway, I hope you guys can understand the surrealness of that statement. What kind of business do you think will thrive in Mexico? Well, what kind of business do I think will thrive in Guanajuato is a hostel that has that is focused on, so a hostel that caters to more of an older population, I think would do really well, and that will organize events for the older population, would do really well. I would love to see more like diverse food, like a Thai restaurant. We have Thai food here, but it's all right. It's not the best, but I want to see an authentic Thai restaurant here. Would really, really thrive. Jody, what do you think after being here for a while? What business would thrive in Guanajuato or in Mexico as a whole? I can give you more specifics because I'm in Guanajuato. It's okay, you know what I'm talking about. Wait, no, I don't know what you're talking about. You say M. Murillo. It's okay, you know what I'm talking about. I don't. What are you talking about? Let me know. I have to get going. Okay, cool. Thank you for coming and attending. Today we met at 2. Yeah, I love it. Okay. Love and be loved. Absolutely. Oh, thank you. Digital space. Thank you. Oh yeah, so a couple of people have tried co-working spaces here. I don't know how successful it's going, but we do need more co-working spaces. The internet is really fast here, by the way. And can you believe that like the internet here that I've experienced in Mexico and Guanajuato in general is better than my internet in LA. My internet in LA, I was so choppy and it just so slow at times that I was just could not wait to get out of there. Could I have upped the internet plan? Yeah, but you pay an arm and a leg for internet there. But yeah, like the internet here is so fast, so fast. Okay, the Tianguis. How do these co-working space? Yeah, just like any other co-working space, you pay a fee and you can work there for the day. And I think they also serve food if you want. And they're in some pretty cool locations. I think we just need more. We just need more spots because there's only a couple, I think. And I want to see more co-working spaces in Centro. And you know what I also would like to see? A co-working space that attracts locals and foreigners where they can come and like offer like services to each other, like, you know, exchanging languages is one thing, but also locals who have like businesses like getting medical help. Like I featured Liz in one of the videos, but you know, there are other people who do that here. And foreigners who have superpowers or specialties or expertise that they want to share to help the locals out as well. So like a co-working space that includes a communal space where you can kind of like match up with someone and you can exchange like expertise and help each other out in that way. How do you how many digital nomads do you think? I think there's quite a few digital nomads. They're coming. It's becoming more and more popular in the digital nomad community. Is there an overload of English teachers there? I don't know because I don't search out English teachers, but I don't believe in saturation. It's all a matter of how to market yourself and how well you are at networking. So almost every day of the week they have these intercambios, these language exchanges where locals and foreigners can meet and they you guys sit in front of across the table from each other and you have conversations, and it's a great way to network. So if you're an English teacher, a great way is to attend those intercambios and meet some of the local population, and you can meet people who want to learn English. Aside from that, maybe the colleges can use English teachers with their students. I don't know. I can't answer that question fully because I don't know who would really need that or what's. As an English teacher, maybe I would choose a specific niche or a specific segment of the population. Maybe like you want to help business people or entrepreneurs reach a wider audience, especially if they work online and they need help with copywriting or reaching a wider audience. That could be profitable. So I don't know. But again, I don't believe in saturation, and I don't believe in any of that or competition. In fact, I welcome competition because people who want to work with me might not want to work with you, or people who want to work with you might not want to work with me. So yeah, like it's all a matter of how you market yourself. What's the monthly salary for the average one of? I think it's about 15. For the average Guanajuatense that's not like a college graduate, I think it's like 12,000 per month, 8 to 12,000 per month. On the lower end, that's about what is that? What is that? 8 to 12,000 per month. It's about $500 or $600. I think that's high, so a little lower than that. So that's why it's a problem when foreigners come here and they start like renting places for 20,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000 and falling for that because that's not what an average Guanajuatense can afford, and that's why the locals get pissed, because it makes it so unaffordable for them. So yeah, because the average price or the average income is like 8 to 12,000 per month, and that's not a lot to live off of. Yeah, so $600, and that's higher than in the Philippines. In the Philippines, it's around 300 to 400 pesos per month. Oh, no, $300 to $400 per month is the average. So, yeah, when you're coming here with dollars, it goes a long way. But yeah, don't pay those prices. Just take the time to look through, for example, Facebook Marketplace, or as Jody mentioned, Mercado Libre. So, oh my goodness, we've been here for 111 minutes. Okay, so I think this is a good place to stop. I thought I've been here for an hour, but apparently it's been 111 minutes. What is that? I don't even know how long that is. Okay, I can't. Can you tell I'm not the mathematician of the family? But anyway. All right, guys, so I think I'm going to do this more often. Maybe once every couple weeks. I don't know. We'll see. But if you have any questions, let me know as well, like how I can improve with these live streams. Let me know if you have any questions. The thing is, okay, here's the thing that I want to tell everyone. If I don't get to your comments, is the comments are now so crazy that I can't get to every single comment. I do go back and I try to answer every question. But even worse than that is that if you reply to a comment, I definitely don't see it. I can only see first comments. So for example, if you comment and then I reply and then you comment under that reply, I won't get it. I don't see it. So just know that if I don't get to your replies or your comments, it's not because I don't want to. It's because I just, one, I don't see it, or two, I'm trying to keep up with new comments. So I apologize. And I would ask you to just ask it again if that's cool with you. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, I can't believe I have to say it. I feel like a marketer. But if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. But other than that, thank you for attending and sitting here with me and asking questions. You guys are amazing. You make it all worthwhile for me, and I love doing this. Thank you so much, and thank you for showing up with each video and supporting me and keeping it positive and making sure the negative comments, and they're very rare, by the way. The plaque, oh yeah, right. I don't even think of that, by the way. I feel so far away from that, but yeah, absolutely. If a plaque comes, but I think it's more important that, because it's so important that if you're coming here, you come here with the right expectations, and that you come here with the thought of contributing to the local society as much or even more than you take from the local society. And so that's why I do it. And I just want to make sure everyone thrives and everyone gets something out of their stay here and no one loses. I'm all about everyone winning. So as much as we can do that, thank you so much. And I know that I'm attracting the right audience for that too. So love you guys. Thank you. And I don't even know how to end this live stream, by the way. How do I I don't know how to end this, but I'll see you guys. Bye. Yes.